So it looks like CN Wells have gone so hard at the launch of the Jing Yuan banner and they broke the payment system in the game. So I woke up this morning, saw my man Tomasa made a video talking about speed boots versus attack boots on Jing Yuan. Definitely worth a watch. He likes going through all the CN stuff, which I really appreciate from him. So definitely worth a watch if you are getting a Jing Yuan over there. But in the video, he mentioned that the CN players actually broke the payment system in the game. So as a normal person, I searched for it on Reddit and I found this post, which gives us this, and then this is the rough translation. Dear Trailblazers, the train groups received feedback that some pioneers had problems with delays in recharge. Technicians are currently in the process of emergency investigation and repair. Please pay attention to the follow-up official announcements for actual repair time. Obviously, this is a scuff translation. It's not because I suck at reading that it sounds a bit bad. The train set will pass through the in-game public address as soon as the problem is fixed. Notices and player community announcements. Please pay attention to the official news, interest, whatever. We apologize for the inconvenience. So essentially, they broke the payment system. Now, I wanted to touch on this. Also, after we do this, I am going to go into my account that we did the summons on, ask you guys your opinions on what I should be building. But first, I just wanted to talk about it because when we look at revenue, like I've said a lot of things talking about the revenue of the game. This one is basically, I believe this might be some of the Sensor Tower data. I'm not sure what site this is on. I'm waiting for the end of the month, the end of May, to really get a grasp on how the game's doing revenue-wise. I saw this one that was indicating like 40 million. Within 5 to 6 days, which is nuts. I saw Tectone made a video going through like all the Genshin banners revenue versus Zilla banner revenue. And honestly, the game is just performing really well. And I'm not surprised to see such high numbers and like CN Wells going ham for Jing Yuan when he's got a god. Essentially, he's a sick dude. Plus his 4 stars like are so perfect for a lot of people to pull on. But hey, we'll have to see where the revenue goes after that. But I just thought this was funny and I had to make a video on it, that they went so ham on the payments that the system broke. But hey, if there's one problem that's a good problem to have, it's probably going to be that one. Okay, so with that cool bit of news out of the way, I wanted to jump into this account and give you guys a look at where we're at on this free-to-play account and what my plans are, because there's an interesting topic that I've spoken to a couple people about, and I just wanted to have a conversation about it. I'm not telling you guys what you should do. I'm just having a conversation about the topic at hand and talking about my thoughts around it. So the topic is basically, do you build for pushing Memory of Chaos at level 70 or do you build for pushing Memory of Chaos at level 80 with your characters? Because it changes what you might need to build. So I'm in that stage at the moment where it's like, I want to do it now, but if I sacrifice my next couple runs, then I save a lot of resources for building other characters. So what I mean by that is, at the moment, I've got Japad and I've got Bailu, best shielder, best healer in the game, in my opinion. I've also got Clara who can be used as a tank. So I can pair Clara with Bailu, and Clara can, I put her on some more defensive type gear, and she can basically just taunt the whole time, take the majority of the aggro, still do some decent damage with the revenge, generate some skill points with basic attacks, and then be healed up by Bailu. So that can be like a defensive core. Then I got Japad, who at level 70 characters, I think he's going to struggle to be my solo defensive unit and get me through Memory of Chaos stages. I think it can be done, but it's going to be difficult. But then I'm having that thought that once we get to level 80, maybe he is incredibly efficient at it, and I don't need another healer. But if I'm going to push at level 70, I'm probably going to build Natasha. So I'm thinking in myself that I don't... Like, to me, healers are there when they're a necessity. They're not fun. They're just there for that purpose. Whereas I like building DPS units because they're all different and they're fun. So I'm thinking I sacrifice and get my characters a level 80 and play for the longer term so that I can build more fun characters. That's the dilemma I'm in at the moment. So if we look at what other units I could build at the moment, we're looking at Savol. Because I didn't pull Jing, I'm probably not going to get Kafka because I'm going to go for Silverwolf. So this free-to-play account, I think it's pretty safe to go ahead and do Savol. I really want to get it to E2. She's at E1 at the moment. But if we go past that, who else do we have? We have Asta. I really like Asta as well. If I don't build a Fire Trailblazer, I'm lacking fire coverage, and Asta is amazing for all the fire enemies we have. So maybe I build the Asta. The other hand is, like I said, maybe I need this. So I think eventually you really want to build like break coverage for everything. So I'm thinking the next 2 units I may build will be Serval and Asta. How quick I build them, I don't know. I'm going to build one straight away. Let me know what you guys think. And if we look at the teams the team cores that I'm thinking about, if we go over here, we have this team core here. Like I said, the defensive core of this team is going to be Bailu and Clara. Clara doing the taunting, Bailu doing the healing. Then we have Ting Yun. Now, Ting Yun I actually think goes better in this team because she works really well with Yang Qing. She does work well with Clara, but if I'm using my Clara as a tank, that's not the purpose we're here for. She would be there to buff QQ. QQ already has a bunch of her own self-damage buffs from her skill and stuff like that, and attack buffs, all that good stuff. So I would actually prefer Pela in this slot. I just laid it out like this because this was obviously ice and then this was, you know, lightning. But I think I'd probably swap Pela into this team and Ting Yun into this team. But that leaves me with this final slot. And it's like, what do I do? Do I build the Asta or do I build the Serval first? Like I said, I'm leaning away from building the Natasha just because it's not as fun to me, and I'd rather just sacrifice a couple run-throughs of Memory of Chaos, and then once I get to level 80, you know, have more fun units that I really want to play with. So that is the thought. That is what I'm looking at. Like I said, I'm not telling you guys what you should be doing or anything like that. It's just a very interesting conversation around when you want to push towards what you build. Because, and keep in mind, the only reason I'm in this situation is because I pulled Bailu and Gepard. If I hadn't pulled Bailu and Gepard, I would not be even having this conversation. So it's a very spoiled position to be in, 100%. I completely understand that. But the other reason that I really like Gepard, it's just like he's just so free, and then like you can use the freeze if you see the need for it. I just think he's a great unit. Having said that, I mean Natasha's got a ton of Eidolons in this account. We're at the E4 on this Natasha, and honestly I think Natasha's pretty great. This one, especially this, when being attacked, so if you put her next to the tank, she gets the splash damage. She's generating that energy, and we look at her ult energy. And it's like 90. It used to be 80 in the beta. Like, that is an incredibly cheap ultimate. I actually really like Natasha as a healer. But like I said, if I can avoid building 2 healers, I feel like that's the play, unless I absolutely need to for future content. But I'd rather get to 80 first and then realize, shit, I need a healer, and then go and do it, as opposed to building it early, then getting to level 80 and going, damn, I need to 3-star these stages. This extra defensive unit is actually slowing me down, and I need to build offensive units. And then I've got this extra defensive unit being the healer that I just don't really have a need for. That is where my mind is at. I just wanted to have a brain dump on you guys, and see what you guys think. See if you're having these decisions as well. Because on my free-to-play, on my 4-star only account, it's quite easy because we're so limited. When you've got a free-to-play account like this that's been so lucky, and obviously Zilla's a thing, but I just wanted to do QQ instead of Zilla, so we're doing QQ. Zilla will come much later on. You know, this gameplay, her gameplay is just so fun. It's so fun. I enjoy it too much. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, that's just where I'm thinking. That's where my head's at. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.